Now, as you know, DOMA, the Defense of Marriage Act, has been struck down by the Supreme Court. Mike Huckabee is on Twitter now saying that Jesus is weeping. We have a call into Jesus to find out if it's tears of joy or sadness. No word back. Apparently, he's still getting over this whole gay marriage thing from Israel and Canada, too, among other places. Jesus feels very strongly about those countries. The rest of the world doesn't really care. Europe, he's just like, forget about it. I lost that battle a long time ago. But speaking of Jesus, Glenn Beck was interviewing Rand Paul. And let's listen to what these two crazy loons had to say about this.
I am very concerned. I really don't care. You get married, you don't get married. You have homosexual marriage or whatever. First problem with this is if you change one variable, man and a woman, to man and woman and woman, you cannot then tell me that you can't logically change the other variable. One man, three women. One woman, four men. You can't do that. And who are you to say that if I'm a devout Muslim and I come over here and I have three wives?
Okay, first off, you can logically say that. The state can decide the institution of marriage is between two people. We have found a compelling state interest in maintaining it only to be between two people, because it would be far more complicated and lead to far more legal complication because of the over 1,000 rights that we offer to married couples. That's the only reason why marriage is relevant when it comes to the state. I happen to be one of those people who have no problem saying the state should be out of the marriage business. It's only going to be in the civil union business. It's going to afford married couples the following rights. If you want the word marriage, you want a marriage certificate, then you either got to go to some religious institution or the back of a comic book and mail away for it. The word is irrelevant but for the rights that are afforded to married couples. This has been a long established principle that the state has an interest in only two people being married because of the benefits it offers. It would be far more complicated if it was 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 10. The state also has an interest in making sure that the power dynamic between a married couple is not one that is going to breed some type of systemic oppression of one of the individuals in that marriage. That's why we say that there are age of consent laws in various states. The state also has an interest in making sure that brothers and sisters and fathers and daughters and mothers and sons don't marry because of the health implications. So it's not logical to say, once you say that a man and a woman and a man can marry, and a woman, then all the doors are open. And as evidence, I give you Massachusetts, which has had now same-sex marriage for how many years? Several years? Let's put it this way. It has been so undramatic in terms of its implications for society that I can't tell you whether it's been 2 years or 5 years or 7 years. And my whole family lives in Massachusetts. And you're not going to believe how often that does not come up when I come home.
Yeah, but your family's wicked queer.
Yeah, well, my family's wicked. Go ahead, continue.
Who are you to say, if I'm an American citizen, that I can't have multiple marriages?
Right. And I think this is the conundrum and gets back to what you were saying in the opening, whether or not churches should decide this. But it is difficult because if we have no laws on this, people take it to one extension further. Does it have to be humans? So there really are The question is, what social mores, can some social mores be part of legislation? Historically, we did at the state legislative level, we did allow for some social mores to be part of it. Some of them were said to be for health reasons and otherwise. But I'm kind of with you. I see the thousands of year tradition of the nucleus of the family unit. I also see that economically, if you just look without any kind.
Now, here's where Rand Paul is trying to have it both ways. I'm a libertarian, but I also need to kowtow to the religious fundamentalists in my Republican base, because that's the only place where you can find votes in the Republican Party. And when you talk about thousands of years of traditional marriage, keep in mind also that you're talking about women as chattel. You're talking about forced marriages that are transactional. You're talking about women as the property of men. Why don't these guys actually get up and articulate what they really believe, which is that women should still be chattel? They certainly act that way, and I have little doubt that many of them believe it.
Kind of moral periscope, and you say, what is it that is a leading cause of poverty in our country? It's having kids without marriage. The stability of the marriage unit is enormous, and we should not just say, oh, we're punting on it and marriage can be anything.
All right, well, there's absolutely zero evidence that allowing gay couples to marry makes more single parents. In fact, I would argue the opposite. I think there's probably ample evidence that more gay couples means less single parents. Just absurd. So what Rand Paul seems to be advocating here is forced marriages for anyone who has a child. I think that's going to come as quite a shock for some of those multiple married Republicans. Apparently, there's Republicans get divorced too.